Hi guys, I'm back. Today I want to talk about a very touchy subject that not a lot of people like to talk about, and that is taking accountability for ourselves, okay? Taking accountability for our lives. And I know it's a very touchy subject for a lot of people out there, but to be honest, I love the subject. I like self accountability. So, I have a few pointers if you're struggling with, again, a handle on self accountability and how to clean up the wreckage that either you caused or somebody else caused in your life. I have a few pointers. So, if you want to, stick around and find out what we're going to talk about, you're welcome to. And thank you for being here. Taking accountability for ourselves and taking control of our own lives, and of course, cleaning up the mess, be it our mess or be it a mess that someone else left in your life. Okay. Accountability is a very powerful thing when we recognize that it is up to us, that it is up to, for instance, me. It's my issue. It's my problem, right? So I have to be accountable for myself for cleaning up whatever in my life that I don't like, be it if I caused it or if someone else had something to do with it and just flip my world upside down. Whenever we take accountability, that is a very powerful awareness if you're able to have that or adopt it or whatever, because taking accountability for yourself helps you grow. You're open to growth. You don't get stuck, especially people that refuse to take accountability for themselves, or maybe they were unjustly treated, or some unjust action was taken towards them, and their whole world just fell apart. So when we close ourselves off to being self accountable for us, that just closes us off to grow, and we will get stuck in unforgiveness, and then we have all this anger, all this resentment, all this bitterness, and that's not a healthy way to live. So whenever we are open, like we are mentally aware that whatever mess we have in our lives, be it mine or not, I'm living life for me, right? So whatever issue I have going on right now, maybe someone else caused the wreckage in my life. Maybe somebody else's action, be it just or unjust. Maybe their action towards me caused my world to go upside down, right? You never know. It's like, how do they say? It's a doggy world out here. So sometimes, we'll have not only our actions or non-actions that cause a wreckage in our life, but also other people's. Other people, they'll do whatever, seeking their own benefit or just whatever reason they had to flip our world upside down. We already know. We're not going to go deep into that because that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about, what they did to you, or, how that, they did it, blah, blah, blah. No, we're not here to, point the finger at whoever did what. Truth is, you have a mess to clean up, and that is up to you. So it's up to you to take control of your life completely in all areas. It's up to you to clean up the damn mess. Like it or not, that's how it goes. Because this life that you're breathing is yours. So no matter what mess you have, it's up to you to clean it up. It just is. So whenever you're open to Okay, this is my responsibility. This is, I'm going to be self accountable, and I'm going to take control of my life. I am going to, clean up this whatever the hell they made in my life. That gives me room to grow, not only mentally, but emotionally, spiritually. So it helps build trust in yourself. It helps your own character. You discover that you have all these other strengths that you didn't even know you had. Um, it helps you grow your own integrity because it shows you that you're not willing to sit there and boohoo your life away, or keep pointing the finger at whoever did what, um, because it's up to you to fix whatever is uncomfortable in your life. That's what you got to fix. That's all your responsibility. That's not whoever did it. That's besides the point. Either you took a move or didn't took a move to cause whatever wreckage in your life, or someone else did. But like this, it's our responsibility to fix it. So if you're open to self accountability, if you're open to taking control of your own life, if you're open to clean up the mess, regardless if it's yours or not, now, fact is, it is your mess, right? Because something is upside down in your life. So taking self accountability helps you grow your self esteem, grow mentally strong, emotionally strong. It helps build your character. You discover new strengths that you haven't discovered before. And also, you feel better about yourself when you accomplish to clean up the damn mess that somebody else, left you with, right? So it helps you grow in a lot of ways, so it's good to be open to self accountability, even if the actions that somebody else took affected your life, and it was flipped upside down. But most of it, and I like saying this because a lot of us don't recognize that whenever someone has treated you a certain way, when someone has done an injustice towards you, or just whatever they did, right? It's up to you to see it from a different perspective. Because if you get stuck in the negative side of things, you're only going to grow bitter. You're only going to stay in that bitterness, turn it into hate, being resentful, unforgiveness, and that's only going to take your mess to a whole other level of messiness. So if you want to face the facts, we had a part to play in it. We had a part, okay, maybe we weren't there in a malicious way, but fact is that we were there, right? That's why we got affected. So we had a part to play in it. So we have to take accountability for the part that we played in it. And I know it's not an easy thing to do. I know it's very difficult, especially when you feel like you're the victim. And not only feel, but, a lot of unjust stuff has been done to you. I know it's not easy saying, okay, well, I had a part to play in it. But fact is, we do. We have a part to play in it. We were in their lives for whatever reason, right? They were in our lives, and we allowed them to be in our lives. We allowed whatever, happened to us. And I'm not saying that it's your fault for allowing them people to be in your life, whoever did what. Of course not. That's what people do. Life keeps lifing. People keep peopling. So it's our full responsibility to take full accountability for ourselves in every way, shape, and form to fix our own lives, be it our mess or not. Because when you are open to your self accountability, saying, okay, well, I had a part to play in that scenario. So now I'm going to play my part again, and I'm going to shift the whole thing. So just acknowledging, okay, maybe that was a mistake, right? Maybe that was a mistake that I trusted that person. Maybe it was a mistake that I allowed that person in my life. Or maybe, it's the other way around. Maybe you did something to somebody else. Maybe you did some injustices onto another person. Maybe you were the one that messed up somebody else's life and left it a freaking wreckage, right? So the more to be more open to your self accountability, the more for you to take responsibility for your own actions, and be open to that growth. Be open to not allowing yourself to keep doing the same thing to another person, right? So acknowledging our own mistakes is step number one. Step number one is acknowledge your own mistakes, be it if you were the victimizer or the victim. It doesn't matter, okay? Whatever role you want to play, that's fine. But self accountability is important to you, for you, and you're the one that's gotta play it out. So acknowledging your own mistake, acknowledging your own imbalance in whatever scenario played out, in whatever circumstance. So acknowledging that, how you did something wrong to another person, how you behaved towards another person, openly, like, be genuine to yourself first, because self accountability is a very personal thing. You have to be self accountable to yourself. And when I say you have to, I mean that. You have to. This is not about somebody else is going to do it for me. Somebody else can do it for me, because no, nobody leaves this realm without being self accountable. And even if they do, and even if we do leave this realm during this lifetime, and didn't take responsibility for our actions, didn't take accountability for ourselves and our lives, we're going to come back and do the same damn thing over again and again and again, until we learn the lessons, and until we fix ourselves, until we balance everything. So, acknowledging our own wrongdoings, acknowledging the part that we played in that situation. That's step number one. Just acknowledging to yourself how you behaved towards others, how you were behaving towards yourself. Because if you are treating yourself a certain way and you think so small about yourself, of course you're going to take it out on other people, right? I mean, that's what people do. An individual that's very insecure to themselves, don't know themselves, and is very unbalanced from within, they just project all their shenanigans onto other people and do all kinds of unbalanced things to others. So being openly genuine to yourself, and knowing how to recognize to yourself first, like, yeah, I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I could have done it a different way, but fact is, you did. So admitting to yourself that, okay, you messed up. You took an action that was very unbalanced, either towards yourself and towards others. But own it. Own it. Be openly genuine to yourself and admit, okay, I did this. And this wasn't a very good thing to do, or a very good thing to say, or however, just own it. Acknowledge the mistake, acknowledge the imbalance that you yourself caused. Being honest with yourself takes a lot, and not a lot of people can do it. That's why not a lot of people like to take self accountability, because it's not an easy thing to do. You have to be real raw with yourself and acknowledge, all right, I messed up. I really messed up. But when you own it, when you truly own it from within here, that just does something to you. It grows you. You know, you it's like you collected some more knowledge about yourself and about others. And once you overcome stuff, you know, you grow. So being genuinely open to yourself, acknowledging what you did wrong, be it to you or to others, um, is very, very important, you know, because regardless if you're the victimizer or the victim, you know, and those are just words, right? Uh, you have to take accountability. You're responsible for your own mess. You know, yes, maybe you're heartbroken now, maybe you know, you're going through all this pain and blah blah blah, but whose pain is it? Whose pain is it? It's not the other person. The other person is out there living their best life, probably, you know. So you're the one with the pain. You're the one that has to take accountability. Okay, this is what happened. You know, acknowledge whatever happened. Take ownership of it. Or yes, I did this to that person. Shit, I shouldn't have done it. Blah blah blah. Own it. Just own it. Acknowledge what you did. Avoid deflecting the blame onto another person. Just avoid it, because it's a total waste of time. It's a total waste of energy. Don't do that. And I know that's what we tend to do all the time. But it takes a lot. It takes a lot of courage to admit to ourselves that, okay, you know, that happened. It really did happen. It really did happen. You know, and well, instead of deflecting onto other people, instead of projecting onto another person, instead of blaming others, instead of, you know, pointing and assigning the blame onto another person, fact is, now you have a situationship that left you with a whole freaking luggage of wreckage in it, right? And you have to open it up and you have to take care of it. So, you know, or if you're, you know, the one that caused it, you still, I mean, it doesn't matter if you try to block it out of your mind. It's not going to go away. You have to take accountability for that. You have to. And if you don't, your life is only going to spiral out of control, because you're going to keep doing it to another person, keep doing it to others, and God only knows how many other people will get affected by your imbalances. So own that. You know, instead of blaming other people for whatever other people did to you, own your own damage, own your own imbalances, and learn to recognize when you're the one that caused the damage, when you're the one causing mayhem out here in other people's lives, because that's not cool. That's not fair. That's not fair. Where you just go blaming. I mean, maybe something happened to you years ago, you know, and here you are still blaming others. Maybe, you know, now you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. I don't know. I mean, I've seen 80-year-old people that are still pointing the finger for whenever something happened when they were 5 years old. So own the situationship, how it happened. Own it. Be accountable for your part. Collect your part and be accountable for that. Either, you know, especially if you were the one that caused the damage, if you were the one that caused the wreckage, stop blaming other people. It's time. Oh, and I wish, I so wish that people would see that to themselves. How they go in life blaming other people all the time. And sometimes it's not even that person did something. Sometimes they just get triggered by other people because of the damage they have not, you know, owned. They have not been accountable for all the pain and trauma and all the bullshit that's happened in their lives. And they still keep getting triggered, causing more damage to themselves and to others. And that's not cool. So the blaming game, I think that's old. You know, it's probably as old as time, right? But nevertheless, we gotta take ownership of it. uh, you know, stop projecting onto other people, stop getting triggered by other people, fix your own inner whatevers, you know, so you stop damaging other people, because that's not cool. That's not cool. You have your own weaknesses, you have your own flaws, you have your own insecurities, you have your own all kinds of shenanigans in here and in your heart. And that's up to you to fix. That's up to you to balance. That is up to you to work on. Yes, maybe another person gave it to you, but now it's yours. And that's yours. You know, so stop projecting all these flaws and all these weaknesses that we have, and all this mayhem that we carry inside. Stop projecting it onto other people. Stop blaming. Just stop blaming other people. Acknowledge the part that you took in it. Acknowledge your own missteps that you took, and maybe your own unbalanced ways cause damage to others too. Own it. Own it. The best thing you can do is own it for yourself, because the other person, is up to them to own it or not, right? But that's none of your business. You are your business. It's up to you to clean up your mess. It's up to you to take control of your life, not other people. So acknowledging the part that we played in other people's lives, and how, you know, we wrecked it through our own imbalances. That's very important, guys. And I wish, you know, more people would acknowledge that, because this would be a whole different world if more people would take accountability for themselves, and take full control of their lives, and say, okay, this is my part. This is what I was left with. This is, you know, what I'm dealing with now. The past is the past. It's gone. Yeah, that happened, whatever, you know. But now, taking full control of our lives to balance ourselves and do what we got to do to overcome that, to just, you know, overcome it in a way where it's just, we let it go as a memory, you know, where it don't affect you anymore, where it don't cause any more wreckage onto other people. So acknowledging is very important, guys. Without that, accountability cannot be. You must acknowledge what you did. You must acknowledge your own part that you played on the mayhem. Okay? So being self-accountable, step number 1 is acknowledge your own fault. Acknowledge your own wrongdoing, not only to yourself, but to other people. All right, let's move on. Step number 2, be honest and transparent to yourself and towards others. And I think I already, you know, spoke a little bit about this, but being honest with yourself, yes, it's not easy. Yes, it takes a lot. That's why we have all these people walking around with goddamn masks on, right? Everybody has their pretend mask on. Come on. We just got to do that shit, right? Gets on my nerves. That's a very touchy subject for me, so I might just, you know, do a video on that too. But anyways, being honest with yourself takes a lot of courage, a lot of balls. If you can't be honest with yourself about, you know, your own wrongdoings, then you're not taking self-accountability. That's why your life is a mess. That's why, you know, your life is out of control. Because you're not being honest with yourself. You're not, you know, recognizing, yes, that happened, right? Being transparent and raw to yourself is a whole other thing. And whenever you can be honest with yourself and say, okay, I fucked up. Being transparent in that area, it just does something to you. And once you go over that hump about being honest with yourself about what you did, about, you know, how your action or non-action played a big role into your own imbalances and onto other people's lives, you know, it just switches things. So being honest with yourself, being transparent with yourself is going to help you overcome, another step into your own accountability. So, that gives room for you to clearly communicate what happened. Because sometimes people are so, and I call it stupefied. We get so traumatized by whatever that we're just like in this trauma moment. Still, like, people go through that all the time, right? And they can't even speak about it. They can't even communicate to themselves about what happened. So being honest with yourself, it opens you up to be able to process to yourself first and communicate and say to yourself, yeah, well, and you have this whole communication with yourself first about what happened. And then that leaves an open door to communicate with another person, or with the person that you messed up with. Taking ownership of your own actions without justifying them, without finding excuses, without, just trying to justify, well, I did this because of that. Well, I did this because of that. Well, if they wouldn't have done this. No, nobody made you do anything towards another person that was unjust, or that was, way off balance and total fuckery. Nobody did that. Nobody forced you to do anything. You yourself have complete control of your own mind, of your own emotions, and you chose. I mean, we have control over our choosings all the time. I mean, that's one of our birthrights, right? Everybody gets to choose for themselves. So without, justifying whatever you did to another person, without trying to find an excuse for whatever you did, just own it. Take ownership of it. Be honest with yourself. Be transparent with yourself and say, yep, I did that. I did that. All right. Number 3. Sincerely apologize when it's necessary. When you own what you did, you leave yourself open to communicate with another person, or with the person that you did the mayhem to, and you can sincerely apologize to them if need to. And I think it's a very important thing, because a lot of people just leave shit just like that, right? They just go on their merry way, like, oh, I did nothing. And that causes a lot of damage. So if you take ownership, be honest with yourself, take ownership of your misstep that you took towards another person, and go and apologize. Nothing's going to happen if you apologize. I guarantee you. All right? It's your own damn unbalanced ego that don't let you apologize. In Spanish, we have this saying, and it might sound vulgar, but it's the truth. No se te van a caer los huevos por pedir una disculpa, right? When you apologize, what it means is your balls are not going to fall off if you apologize. Okay? And it's just a different sense of saying your ego's not going to fall off. Okay? Nothing's going to happen to your ego. All right? Your ego's going to be fine if it apologizes. Okay? So don't be afraid to apologize for the mess up that you've done to another person. Do it. You'll feel better. I guarantee you're going to feel better. So apologize. Learn to apologize when you mess up. A heartfelt apology, not a fake one. Just being honest. Okay, I really messed up. Would you please forgive me? Or can you find it in your heart to I'm sorry for what I did. But a heartfelt, not just an I'm sorry and then tomorrow I'm going to do the same shit all over again. Not like that. An apology, a heartfelt, sincere apology goes a long way. So be genuine with that. And focus on the damage that you caused. Be honest with yourself. Yeah, okay, my action or my non-action affected another person. And I should apologize because I could have done better, because I could have changed something for the better. You know, there's nothing wrong with apologizing, guys. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, yes, it takes a lot, of course. But then again, it all comes down to you being honest to yourself, right? And if you're not honest with yourself and you're living a whole freaking lie out here, God only knows all the damage that you cause. But I'm not leaving there because I'm going to get into it. I don't want to get into it. So be genuine. Focus on the impact that you have caused, not only to yourself and to your own life, but other people's lives too. All right? Your actions or non-actions affected you and others around you. Just, dissect how whatever you did or not do, how it affected other people, not only mentally, but emotionally, and most of the time physically. That's really harsh because nobody takes into consideration that, your actions affect other people. Your actions, be it, if you took a misstep here or there, you're affecting someone. I mean, that's the law of the universe. It's a give and take world here. So whatever you did and whatever you don't do affects others. It greatly affects others all the time, every day, at every freaking breath that we take. So, be genuine to yourself and see how you impacted another person through your own actions or through your own non-actions, because that is very important. We all do that. We either affect them for the better or affect them for the worse by our own actions or through our own non-actions. And that's not cool, because especially when you have people that are, really there for you, really love you, been there for you, supporting you or whatever, and you just choose to do or not do something, and that affects them. And you gotta own it. You gotta own it. I mean, come on, guys. That damn being a hypocrite, wearing a mask kind of thing, it's not gonna take you far. It don't take you far. I know what I'm telling you. You're only piling up karma for yourself. So, just dissect how your actions or non-actions affected other people and own that shit. Take accountability for that. Fix what you can, apologize when you can, rather than just, trying to justify what you did or trying to justify why you didn't do whatever you didn't do. Just apologize sincerely. There's nothing to it. All right, number 4. Again, I think I'm going over my steps. Number 4 is reflect on the impact that you had through your own selfish ways or whatever imbalances you have or whatever imbalances we have. Reflect. Let's reflect on how we're affecting other people through what we do or through what we don't do. Because we're not only affecting ourselves. We're in this world with a whole other world out here, right? So if I take an action right now, not only towards myself, but towards others, that affects both sides. If right now I don't take an action towards myself or towards another person or towards others, I affect it anyways. So either way, we got to be accountable for that. So we have to reflect on the impact that we are having through our own essence, through our own presence. How are we affecting other people? Are we growing other people or are we diminishing other people? Are we helping them or just taking from them? Are we helping them grow, in a positive way, or are we pulling them down and stopping their growth. I mean, either way, I mean, that's a whole other can of worms, right? But reflect on the impact that your own person, your own personality, your own thoughts, your emotions, your actions, how they affect other people. Own that. Be conscious of how that plays out in life. So consider other people through whatever you do or not do. Consider how that's going to affect not only you but them too. Empathize. We need more empathy out here, because there's a lot of, oh Lord, don't let me go into it, please. I don't want to. Not right now. So empathize. It's not hard to empathize with another person. Empathize with their feelings. What are they feeling? What are they going through? How are they experiencing what you did or not do? How did that affect them? How is that affecting them because of something you did or not do? Having empathy for another person is just meaning, okay, well, I see myself in you. I could be in your spot, right? Like, you're my other me. If I was over there and you were over here, the roles would be reversed, right? So have some empathy for people, guys, and own that. Reflect on the impact that you're making on other people's lives, because it's not cool, this fuckery out here. I'm gonna get sensitive about it. Oh shoot. But no, just empathize with other people. Just how your own presence here on earth is affecting other people, how your actions or non-actions is affecting other people, how you are affecting other people, either for the positive or the negative. Reflect on that a little bit. All right, number 5, learn to improve. So commit to understanding when you're wrong. Commit to learning from yourself. Okay, I did that, and I did whatever or did not do whatever, and that was wrong. That was an unbalance. But I'm going to improve it. Just committing to yourself to learn from your own mistakes, and to learn not to do it again, to learn not to be having this cycling sense of things, not even, and they don't even have to be the same person. Sometimes we go on doing the same thing to other people, and that's not cool, guys. That is not cool. So commit to understanding your own wrongdoings. Stop doing wrong shit to other people just because you have your own issues going on or whatever, that don't give you the right to mess up somebody else's life in whatever way, or affect them, in a negative way. So take steps towards ensuring that you don't repeat the same damn thing with another person. If you already did a messed up thing with one person, fix it. Try to fix it, and don't do it to another person, because that's not cool. Don't repeat the same mistake over and over again, because you're only building karma for yourself. Please understand that. When you don't see another person as you see yourself, when you don't empathize towards another person, and you do some messed up shit to another person, you're only building your own karma. Please understand that. And you're gonna have to deal with it alone. And that's not cool, guys. You're not gonna like that very much, I guarantee you. So stop repeating the same mistakes over and over again. Commit to that. Commit to learning from your own mistakes. Don't keep doing the same bullshit over and over again. So and to grow out of that, to learn your lessons and grow out of doing the same mistakes over and over, you have to gain new skills. You have to do things a different way. So yes, that means learning a new way, learning a new skill to shift your own doings, or your own non-doings. Learn new skills. I don't know. Remind yourself. Don't don't do that again. Set reminders for yourself. Okay, if I did that to that person, well, I'm not gonna do it again. Learn from your mistakes. And sometimes I know it's not easy to commit to not doing the same mistake over and over again. I know. I should know that. It's not easy, right? But sometimes we do need to seek out advice from other people, advice from someone that has been there or that has more knowledge than we do. We're all out here lifing, right? But not everybody has the same skills. Not everybody has gone through the same experiences. Maybe they're similar, but we can take a few pointers here and there from another person. Just asking them for advice, when it's necessary. I mean, you don't have to take their advice, but there's no harm to you if you just ask for it. I don't know. You might learn something. So it's a good thing to ask. Maybe you gain a new skill, you new knowledge, and you can apply it and get your life back, going right and balance yourself. So it's good to seek advice. Like I said, we have to be discerning with the advice, and we do have to put our egos aside, don't we? Something nobody likes to do, because they have this huge fat ego that they think that by taking somebody else's advice or by asking somebody else's advice, they see it as weak, and it's not weakness. Please understand that if you look for someone else's advice, trying to learn and to better yourself, it's not weakness. As a matter of fact, it gives you more leverage. It gives you more strength, because you will know more. They'll give you some pointers on how to achieve new skills on overcoming the bullshit that you keep doing. But anyways, we're never too young to learn new skills. We're never too old to learn new skills. We're never too old or too young to seek advice. Okay? I mean, I learn on a daily basis, and I learn from children. I learn from elderly people. I learn from everything, from everybody. And whenever I need to ask for advice, I go ahead and do it. I don't let my damn ego just, oh, I should know this. No. We're here to learn from each other. We're here to grow each other, help each other. So be open to learning. Learn to improve. Be open to learning from your own mess ups. Be open to growing from within you every time you mess up. Every time you do some unbalanced BS to yourself and towards others. All right, number 6, take action. This is one of my favorites, right? Because when people tell me, well, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, or I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that. And I just say to myself, well, damn, words are cheap. And they are, everybody just blurs them out every which way. Most of us don't have the accountability for ourselves to see the weight of our own words. We don't see the weight that our words carry towards another person when we say them. We're not very mindful in that area. So, taking action gives a whole new definition, a whole new meaning to your words. Instead of just saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that to fix this. No, take action. How do we say? Actions speak louder than words. So, yes, actions speak louder than words. Follow through. Make amends when you need to. Fix it through actions. Make amends as much as possible to fix your fuck up, like I say. Especially when it affected others in a very not so good way, right? Make amends and learn to take accountability and take action to make amends towards the person that you messed over. Um, when you do that, you're taking accountability for yourself, and you're gonna feel much better. Believe me, you're gonna feel much better because you're working towards minimizing your damn karma that you're building up for yourself. So, make amends through real actions, not only words. Fix the issue through action, not only words. You know, compensating whoever or whatever was affected because of what you did or did not do. You know, compensate, make amends, you know, on whatever was affected because of you. In whatever way, shape, or form, whatever is necessary. Take action and make amends. Nothing to it, guys. Just do it. I mean, don't think about it, because if you think about it, then you don't do it. And take steps towards preventing future mess ups. If you already did that, like I said earlier, if you already did that to one person, don't go ahead and do it again to another person. Please don't do that. Sheesh, I wish people would understand that. Because when you don't take accountability for your own mess ups, make amends, apologize to other people, you know, and prevent from doing the same thing with another person, that's only building your karma. Please understand that. If you don't take action towards making amends for what you've done or for whatever you didn't do that affected another person, and it's in your power to do so, do it. Take action towards it. Not only through your words, but through your actions. Give weight to your words. Let your yes be yes and your no be no. You know, that builds up your integrity. That builds self-respect. That builds up your self-esteem. That is why we have all these people that do all this fucked up shit to other people, because they feel like shit for themselves. Why? Because they have no character. They never take accountability. They never take action towards fixing whatever they've done, or, you know, or take steps towards making amends to anything or anyone. They just keep messing people over and over and over and over again in different ways, but they're the same thing. And that's not cool, because this is what's going on right now in the world. There's so much karma that has been built up that all these empaths better, Lord, they better have a boundary at least, because we're going to see a lot of people taking on their karma. And even if we want to help them, we're not going to be able to. We can't. Because then the weight of their karma falls on you. And that affects you. So go running and helping other people. I don't learn that one the hard way. When you see people going through a really, really rough time, you have no idea how much messed up shit they have done to other people. Not only in this lifetime, but prior lifetimes. And they have carried that karma into this lifetime. Plus they built some more here. So you see these people. This is why all these people, I mean, we all see them, don't we? When they're receiving a good universal ass whooping. Yeah, go ahead. Run to their rescue. You know, and I'm not saying no, don't run to their rescue. Don't help them. No. But you got to be discerning. You have to be, you know, you have to learn your own boundaries, because there's only so much you can do for another person that has built so much karma by not taking accountability, by not being accountable for all their actions or non-actions and all their foolery they've done to other people. So, you know, just fix it. Fix your own unbalances. Take full accountability for what you've done to yourself, towards others. And not only take accountability through words, but through real actions. It's time, guys, because this world is just, it's mayhem. All right. Number 7, I'm going to leave that one there. Number 7, accept feedback. And this one's a very sensitive subject for a lot of people too, right? Be open to constructive criticism. And even if you see it as non-constructive, believe me, it's constructive. When you think that other people are judging you, that's constructive. When you think people are pointing the finger at you, that's constructive criticism. When they're blaming you and blah, 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 just projecting all their bullshit onto you, that is constructive. If you dissect it, you grab what helps you, put it in your bag, you never know when you're going to use it. So, whatever criticism comes your way, learn to use it. Learn to use that constructive criticism and grow from it. Use it as a tool. It's a tool to grow. It's a tool that it'll help you grow so much that you won't even, how do I explain this? Instead of getting defensive about, okay, you did wrong to another person, blah, 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 I can come over here and point the finger at you or as a third party or whatever and say, why did you do that to that person, blah, 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 blah. Don't go into defensive mode. Listen. Remember, our learning comes through listening and through our eyes, right? If we learn to be open to constructive criticism, we are going to grow from that criticism. We are going to grow instead of getting all defensive and closing ourselves down. That's not going to help our growth. Once you shut yourself down and get all defensive, all pissed off, and you're blocked. You really can't move on. You're stuck. It's like stuck in the mud. So be open to constructive criticism, please. That's going to help you grow. All right, and the last one, set boundaries for your own growth. Please set boundaries. Please set boundaries. And I hope people out here hear me. Boundaries, balanced boundaries are necessary. Our own accountability requires for us to set healthy, balanced boundaries. Okay? Let me repeat that again. Our own accountability for ourselves requires that we set healthy, balanced boundaries towards others, for others, from ourselves. Without boundaries, that's why we get so messed up. And right now I'm going to speak to the empaths out there. This is why we get so we have all this energy getting out of control. Just taking, doing, and punishing the empath because, they have a kind heart. No, they and there you go. You get all fucked up. That person is really nice. No, if you don't have balanced boundaries, you're allowing someone to take advantage of you. If you're not using your own discernment, you're allowing someone to, excuse my French, you're allowing someone to fuck you over. Yeah, we see their goodness, but please also see their twistedness and the fakery. So your own accountability requires to set boundaries. Your own boundaries are going to help you grow. You taking accountability to recognize, okay, well, I did that to another person. I made amends, I apologized, and I made amends, and I grew from this. And once you grow from that, once you overcame whatever hurdle that was with that person, learn from it. But after you learn from it and you grew from it, set boundaries. Set boundaries, be it that you are the one that messed up another person, Set boundaries for yourself. Like, from now on, I'm not going to do the same messed up shit to another person. I'm not going to do it again. You know, just set boundaries for yourself. Set healthy expectations for yourself. You know, where, okay, I did that, but that was really messed up, right? But all right, I fixed it. I made amends. I feel better because I grew out of it. I learned new knowledge, gained some wisdom through it. I overcame it. And I'm going to have healthy boundaries from now on, to where I don't do that again. So, you know, recognizing the boundaries are necessary. And also recognize when you're over committing yourself towards, you know, whoever or whatever. Sometimes when we are over committing ourselves is very unbalanced. It's just so damn toxic. But I'm gonna leave that for another day. But for now, you know, it's just set boundaries. Once you've learned from your own mistake, from your own mayhem that you caused to others or to yourself, or, you know, whatever, just set healthy boundaries after that, after you grow from it. All right. And everything that we spoke about is just like a lesson to self-growth. You know, accountability for yourself is like the most important thing that you're going to have here. Well, aside of your breath, but basically it's just taking accountability and full responsibility for your own breath, right? And the result thereafter. You know, clean up the mess that you did or that you did to other people. So, you know, learn from that. Learn from it. I mean, each step that we went through here is just a part of our process, right? It's just part of being human. I mean, there's no holy person out here like saying, oh, I've never done nothing wrong to anybody. Bullshit. We all have. Oh, I've never done bullshit. That's a lie. Oh, but I'm the holiest of bullshit. We know that's a lie. Let's be real. That's just part of being human, you know. We all mess up. We all do and not do for others in a unbalanced way. Being human is not about being perfect. Being human means we're here to learn new lessons through people, places, and things on the daily basis. Like it or not, that's how it goes. So, but demonstrating your own willingness to take accountability, take full responsibility for yourself, and to improve yourself, that speaks a lot about you. That speaks about, you know, if you have integrity or not, what type of person you are, you know, because when you're out there just creating mayhem for other people, causing all kinds of chaos to other people, or just be at the minimal, you know, just causing an imbalance onto another person's life. Taking just full accountability and responsibility for that. That improves your own life because you feel better about yourself. You feel better about you making amends and taking real actions to fix your own fuck up. You feel better. And you gain self-respect. And you gain self-esteem. So, you know, you grow from it. If you truly take accountability and full responsibility for yourself, either, you know, doing the wrongdoing, purposeful or non-purposeful, whatever, just making amends for that, you know, just owning that, just owning the imbalance that you've caused, helps you grow. So, you know, like I said, I know it's not an easy subject, and I was gonna go in deeper, but I can't. Not today. I'm not. I'm being told not to. So I'm not. So hopefully this information that I just brought to you know helps you in some kind of way, shape, or form. I hope it helps you improve yourself, improve your own life, and it helps you improve the mess. If you have a mess, not everybody's out here with a mess, of course, but we're all here to grow from each other, guys. We're all here to grow and learn from each other. It does not matter what age you are. Remember, our souls are not defined by age. Okay? Age, time is only here for the human body. All right? Not the essence that you carry inside. So we all learn from each other. We all teach one another. We all affect all of us through whatever we do or not do. It's just part of being human. That's just our process. You know, it's not about being perfect. There's not a perfect human out here. And whoever's claiming to be perfect, whew, okay, whatever. Anyways, it's not about being perfect. We all mess up, you know, but taking accountability for yourself and how you affect here, earth, and other earthlings and other people, places, or things speaks about you. It does not speak about the other person that you wronged. It speaks about you as a person. What type of person are you? You know, behaving that way towards another person. And for you to grow out of feeling, you know, that feeling of, well, I feel like shit because I've done so much for another person. Well, this is time to take accountability. It's time to make amends, right? So this is why I made this video, and I'm gonna go into more details about this. I'm gonna go in deeper, but I'm being told not to go deeper today, so I'm not. But I hope you learned something, and I hope this information helps you grow, helps you you know, have more knowledge, more wisdom of yourself, towards yourself and towards others, because that's what we're here for. We're here to help each other, help one another, because at the end of the day, like I always say, you are my other me, and how I treat you speaks very loudly about me. Okay? How I treat you, how I behave towards you speaks about me. It does not speak about you. So if I choose to mess you all up because of whatever reason or whatever imbalances I have, that reflects on me, not on other people. You know, whatever I do to another person, that defines me. So I hope it you know, all this information helps you come to your senses in a way, if you haven't took any steps towards self-accountability. I hope it helps you to finally say, you know, okay, let's start being self-accountable, because we need more of that in this world. We need a whole lot of it, actually. So being accountable for ourselves, being fully responsible for ourselves, taking control of our own lives, that's going to help us first clean up the mess in here, so we won't keep doing all this messed up stuff to other humans. Okay, so take care, be self-accountable, and I'll be back with some more information about self-accountability. I like it. I don't know about y'all, I like it. So take care, guys. I love y'all. I will be back soon with some more tips, or whatever you call them, to self-accountability. Okay, stay blessed.